Okay, we are back again with part two. I don't know what the hell happened. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back again to finish off the Raw review and Tough Enough review for tonight. Where we left off was talking about Stephen Amell getting involved into the match. Like I said, to keep a long story short, Stardust came down to the ring, well, actually to the ringside where Stephen Amell was sitting. Um, Stephen Amell kind of looks away for a minute. I don't know, for whatever reason he
Yeah,
did.
pie face.
Yeah,
Stardust pie face.
turned around, Stardust shoved him in the face, kind of runs off into the ring. Stephen Amell will look pissed off, just hops the barrier like nothing. Gets up on the ring apron, hops over the ropes like it was nothing, and did kind of like an edge-like spear and tackles Stardust and starts pummeling his face. Um, Security ends up breaking it up. Neville and him shake hands at the end. It shows Triple H and Amell backstage. And I liked it because you didn't see Emil break character. He was all kayfabe. He was all, I want to face Stardust. I want to get in the ring with him. It was nothing like, he didn't break character. It was nice to see. It wasn't like all the other celebrities that they usually have.
And I liked how Triple H was all up in his face also. Like he was
Right, kind of like saying, you don't belong here.
yeah.
This is the big boy league.
Like what the hell is wrong with you? You're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like that. You're not supposed to be getting involved in matches. You're not supposed to be getting physical with these guys, and I enjoyed that part. Yeah. So basically, Triple H agrees to the match. Stephen Amell says, like, I'll sign any paper that you want me to sign any waiver or whatever have you, and he makes the match. Yes, King Barrett gets thrown in randomly. It wasn't supposed to be King Barrett. It was supposed to be The Miz. It was, yeah. I mean, The Miz.
Out of nowhere, Barrett.
Yeah, The Miz. I mean, was even taking shots at Stephen Amell, and Amell was taking shots at Miz.
Exactly, and it made sense. I mean,
so it was making sense. But I don't think WWE thought ahead of time that Ryback would be back from injury by SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And he is, obviously, and they're having the triple threat match, which The Miz is involved in. So they throw in King Barrett, who has had a kind of a rivalry with Neville, about last couple of weeks. Not recently, but it was the last couple of weeks. They've had a little thing going. So it doesn't make that much of no sense. But yes, I get it. He was just kind of thrown into the match. So it's going to be Emil and Neville, Green Arrow and Red Arrow, if you want to call it.
I wonder what their name's going to be. It's going to be something catchy, I bet you.
Taking on Barrett and Stardust at SummerSlam. We'll go with Dave first, since he's actually, he's a big fan of the Green Arrow. What did you think of the segment?
I enjoyed it. I mean, like we talked earlier, it's not about being a huge wrestling fan anyway. This thing went on for months. I mean, this whole thing with Arrow wanting to be a part of the WWE has been going on for almost a year. Even after Ultimate Warrior died, he was talking about he had theme music. It was Ultimate Warrior's theme music because he was a big Warrior fan too. So I mean, and he just finally had him working, I think, with Sheamus on Ninja Turtles. And so, yeah, I mean, the pie face thing, it worked, and he knew something was going to happen just because it's been building there since he was on Raw last time. And then him to jump off the ropes like he's freaking, I don't know, like whoever else ropes nowadays, I don't know, but he looked good. He looked agility, and the little spear, and the punches didn't look fake. That's why we sold it. And it didn't look like it was like unfortunately they're hitting Triple H. It didn't look like that. It looked real. It didn't look fake at all. He even tweeted out a picture of, Facebook, the picture of his hand having Stardust's face paint on it.
Right, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it was funny, and the backstage stuff with Triple H is really good too. I mean, it didn't look fake. It didn't look like, get the papers, I'll sign them. I'll sign whatever you want. I mean, I enjoyed the segment. I was looking forward to it tonight and last night, and it was fun. I think she's going to actually be in the ring, so that'd be really cool. Then a tag match, and so, I mean, it's going to be fun to see how much he actually does in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like, I've been telling people, A buddy of mine is a big Green Arrow fan. I told him he looked like a natural. He looked like a natural in the ring. Hopped the ropes like it was nothing. Tackled him like it was nothing. I mean, I guess working on that kind of a show kind of helps.
He took a lot of his own stunts on that too. I'm sure he's been working a little bit, even on his a bunch of off days, but I'm sure he's been doing something.
Right.
To get ready. He's not just gonna hop in a ring. Say, okay, my first ring. I think they're doing something.
Justin?
Well, first of all, I'm very excited for the match at SummerSlam. I mean, anything with Neville in, I'm high on. I really like him as his character. I think he's badass. Yeah, the segment was great. You know, Stardust came, slapped the crap out of him. Like you said, he hopped the ropes, tackled him, got a couple punches in. The thing I liked about the segment was the announcers, how they were, you know, oh, you're not supposed to be in here. You're a regular person. You're not trained. You're just a normal person like the rest of the, I guess, the rest of the crowd, the rest of us, I guess you can say. And then how Triple H in the back, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're here to watch the show. You're here to be a fan of it. You're not supposed to be in the ring with the competitors because you're not one of them. He's like, just like Triple H said, I really liked it. It was a good segment.
Yeah, I'm good points, and I mean, I'm curious to see where they go from here. They got what, 2 more weeks, or actually next week. So maybe we see another Green Arrow. I'm sure he's been tweeting a lot about it. So I
mean, I think he's just one of those, like, he's like one of us. If we ever got a chance to get in a ring, I mean, it's just like one of those life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like one of those cool days, like, wow, you know, he's gonna be like one of those, like a fan doing something that he loves.
Now,
if I ever had a chance to be in a wrestling ring, I would be like, wow, it's like holy ground, you know, it's kind of something like that.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the Green Arrow did the Red Arrow? I mean, I don't know if he can do that move. But
I don't think that's happening.
That would be.
I think it'd be cool if he popped up as the Green Arrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the costume and everything. Yeah.
That would be something else.
Altered the suit, so yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
But let's touch on this main event so we get to Tough Enough tonight. Again, we are sorry for the other video cutting off in the middle. I apologize. That's my fault. I don't know what I did. Just randomly just turned off, which is a bummer because we were having a really good video. But let's get to this Randy Orton vs. Seth Rollins match. It's not really much of a match itself. I think they gave him like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, you know.
That RKO was freaking awesome. I compared.
Oh, yes, it was.
That was a better RKO than the one from WrestleMania.
No.
The one from Mania was probably one of the best ones we had.
I love that RKO. It reminds me of the other board without the stuff.
Nothing.
Like, oh crap.
Nothing will top that Rollins and Randy Orton RKO.
I still think the one with Evan Bourne might be a little bit better, but the one at WrestleMania was damn good.
Yeah, I mean the Evan Bourne one was probably a little bit more.
That is still my favorite, the Evan Bourne one.
The Evan Bourne one was definitely more.
The one jumped up and just totally caught him out of nowhere. That was just awesome.
I mean the timing with the Evan Bourne one.
But he had to be on point.
Yeah, the timing was probably the most hardest thing to probably do. But the Rollins one was just so creative.
Whenever he shot him up in the air off of the stomp, I
think that was very creative. That one was another one that that was an RKO out of nowhere. That one was like you weren't expecting. But anyways, yes.
Well, that cage match they had, didn't he do one off the cage or something like that?
See, I can't remember. He may have, but I don't remember that one. But yes, he did that nice. He tried to do. I guess he was trying to do maybe a flying clothesline, and Randy Orton caught him with the RKO. Sheamus gets involved, causes a DQ, gets into the ring, bro kicks Rollins. What I didn't like, this is me nitpicking, is the referee not just grabbing the thing and going to cash in. He kept stalling.
He's kind of arguing with them. It's like, what the hell?
And obviously,
I think Sheamus sent him on Twitter as well.
I'm glad he mentioned something because obviously it was for Orton to get up out of the, he fell into the crowd. It was obviously for him to to get him to back into the ring in time for, him to attack Sheamus. I get it. But it just looked it looked stupid. It looked silly on TV. So that part, it's just me nitpicking. So I mean, that's just here or there. But another, an attempt to cash in failed by Randy Orton. This to me, this is probably a plan B. If and just in case John Cena cannot go at SummerSlam, you have Randy Orton, you have um, Sheamus in the possible maybe in a triple threat match.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, it's a plan B. It's not for sure gonna happen. Right now, we don't know what is gonna happen with the world title match. To me,
Or they can do a fatal four-way.
Really quick, Orton said I got RKO'd instead of the title, or Sheamus said, and the rest is either death or VFS was Randy Orton.
yeah. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, at least he made sense. It made sense. At least he tweeted about it. It kind of looked bad on TV, but like we all said.
Even Sheamus talked about it. Like, it took forever to do anything, and it was just like so odd.
Right. So to rate Raw, what do you give it, Justin?
Like a 6.5 or 7. I mean, I guess a 7.
Okay, Dave.
There was a few good matches. I don't think it was a terrible Raw. I pretty enjoyed it.
This is your opinion, so I mean, doesn't matter what we think.
I think it's a 7. Okay, it's not bad. But, 7. It wasn't a great Raw, but it wasn't a bad Raw. We got a title match. I didn't care that there was a DQ because you know what? We got a title match.
World
title match. I mean, you don't ever give world title matches on Raw anymore.
I give it. This because I'm comparing it to the other Raws these past couple of weeks. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Only because I thought some matches didn't just come off well. I think the best part of the Raw segment, was the Green Arrow segment. I mean, that was the most entertaining to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the opening promo was good, and I thought the Divas match kind of wasn't the greatest. The triple threat match was good. I thought the Harper Ambrose match wasn't the greatest either.
I agree.
The tag match, it is what it is with the tag match. I mean, you really can't. It's hard to really say anything about the tag match because I mean they're in their own little thing with the tag match right now, or the tag team feud, I guess I should say. But right. Other than that, like I said, 6.5. Like the triple threat match was really good. I didn't want Orton to win, but that's not gonna make me make the match bad.
That was good. I mean, it was enjoyable.
The main event.
I enjoyed the main event too. I thought it was a good main event.
The main event to me was okay.
Yeah, for what they did with it, yeah, it was all
yeah,
right.
They didn't give him a lot of time. I think the Green Arrow segment probably took a lot of time off, from the main event. And I'm not going to complain because I enjoyed the segment.
Mm-hmm.
But I think.
And we also skipped Rusev, I think, too.
Oh yes, Rusev. But I mean, is there really much to talk about with Rusev other than?
That wasn't really.
Lana did.
I guess we're doing something with Summer and Lana.
He beat Mark Henry again.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like because Lana herself said that Ziggler's not coming back till after SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. So maybe he shows up at SummerSlam, helps her win, something like that. But I'm guessing it's
maybe there's a match with Lana or Summer. I mean,
that's what I think is going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen eventually.
Yeah. Now, before we get to Tough Enough, I just thought about this, and I know it's not going to happen, but whenever Seth Rollins at the beginning of Raw, how he was making fun of John Cena's rap career, all that kind of stuff, how crazy would it be if John Cena did come back at SummerSlam, but he came back to the Word Life theme, like his rapping and stuff?
Would be interesting, but
I doubt it. I don't think he can though.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not going to happen. That'd be cool.
I mean, that was showing words. But he's trying to come up here broken, and then he became Mr. Ruthless Aggression.
Right.
And then he became the Fruity Pebbles guy.
The Superman Cena.
Yep.
So we all have our different opinions on Raw. We all, I think, in a nutshell, we all thought it was just an average Raw. Not bad, not good, but an average
I think
Raw.
it was better than average, but I mean, everyone has their own opinion.
Comparing to the last couple weeks, though, it was not as good.
Right. I mean,
Well, they had a big show to the book. I mean, it would almost seem like it was a go-home show, but it wasn't. Because you had so much to book. And next week, you have Undertaker there.
and Lesnar, yeah. So last time they were together, we had that big old brawl, and before then, we had Undertaker stabbing Brock.
Contract signing, I bet.
Yeah, he stabbed Brock Lesnar with
his pin. Yep.
So it's gonna be interesting. But let's touch on Tough Enough because part one's video went pretty long, and then we get cut off. Gosh, and then we had to do a little quick part two. Tough Enough tonight. I thought actually Tough Enough was a little bit better. They had more in-ring action. All of them had their first match.
Best show so far this season.
Yeah, Joe.
Yes.
Joe. It was right, Josh, right, and
Josh.
Gigi and Tanner and Amanda and Sarah,
Yeah.
all going on at wrestling each other one-on-one. They were able to discuss how they were going to do the match and how they were going to do the ending. And they had the NXT roster, which I didn't know was that big. Jesus.
That wasn't everybody, I don't think. More than 50.
Well, they had Bailey there. I didn't see Finn Balor.
No, he wasn't there.
But technically at that time, I guess he's not really there anymore, so I guess, well, when I was there, this week, I guess he wouldn't be there, but yeah.
Well, you know what? Finn Balor did go to Australia.
Yeah, he's probably still there, yeah.
So he probably was just not in town. So, to me, the best was ZZ and Josh. And I'm surprised I'm saying that, because I've been really very critical of ZZ lately. But I thought Josh and ZZ did really good in the ring together. What about you guys?
I could say that either them or I was actually, I thought Gigi and Tanner did okay as well. But between Josh and ZZ and Tanner and Gigi, I think they both did pretty good.
And Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, because ZZ and Josh, they worked pretty good together, and they were over it. And like Daniel Bryan mentioned on Tough Enough, he said, you sold your facial expression. You got up and shook the rope. People wanted you to win.
Right.
So you guys told the story.
So, it comes down to the final three. Miz picks Tanner because he still hasn't worked on his facial expressions in the ring.
But then Tanner argued that, basically saying, well, I did because I worked with the crowd.
Right. He was.
I think Miz's definition of a superstar is really different than a lot of other people.
Miz.
Look at Daniel Bryan. When he first came in there, he was like, you're a wrestler, you're not a WWE superstar.
I think that was a very, very nitpicking choice of why he was in there. Daniel Bryan chose Gigi simple for the fact that the crowd didn't know if she was a heel or a face.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That was kind of silly. And then Sarah was put in by Paige, who Paige said, I would put you in there every week, but she didn't put her in there last week. So, I mean, kind of lied to herself, but she put her in there because she can't seem to stop smiling. And I loved how, I don't know who said it on the show, but I think Paige mentioned it, or maybe Miz did, that ZZ and Sarah are not worried about being in the final three.
Because the popularity vote, it was Paige.
They know that the fan votes or the popularity vote that they won't get eliminated. And I thought I'm glad they actually finally mentioned that, because that's the reason why these two, ZZ and Sarah, are still in Tough Enough, because of the popularity vote.
And I told you that earlier today before Tough Enough came on. I'm like, man, I hope Josh or Tanner don't go for the bottom three with Sarah or ZZ, because they're screwed.
Right, and it's crazy. I don't see what people see in ZZ. I mean, yeah, I guess he's like a normal guy, but if he's not gonna last in a ring.
He won't even make it. Yeah, hell no.
I mean, Jesus.
I think it's more the trolls on Twitter than on the voting on their Tough Enough app who are just voting for the guys that they know Vince will hate.
Okay. Yeah. Fair point.
That's what they're doing. It's the trolls on Twitter. They're just tweeting, hashtag, and retweeting everything. So, with Tanner or Sarah, or Tanner, Zizi or Sarah in there, they're just gonna tweet like crazy for her.
Right. I mean, I agree. I mean,
I think having a Twitter vote is good, but it's also bad because
it shouldn't.
I almost think they should have just stuck with the app and that's it.
It just shouldn't count. The fan vote shouldn't count for everything.
I'd say like maybe like 1%, maybe 5%.
It should be the fan vote, the judges vote, and the trainer vote. That's how it should go. And not all solely on a popularity vote, because if right now it's looking like it's gonna be Sarah and Zizi. There's no way in hell Sarah's gonna lose to Amanda if it's a vote.
Everyone hates Amanda. I mean, they were even on tonight's episode. They were even reading the hate tweets that they've been getting.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, they did.
So I mean, there's no. If it's gonna come down to a fan vote, you might as well kiss Amanda's ass goodbye already, because she's not gonna beat Sarah. I'm sorry, but. Let's get to the last three. It was Tanner, Gigi, and Sarah, and it ended up being Gigi who is going home, which I don't agree with.
She only had 22% of the votes. I mean, and it comes down to popularity and connecting with people who want you to stay. But whatever it is, people don't like her.
Right. Probably because she was friends with Amanda and.
Probably so, but the popularity vote got him again.
I mean, what you said, you had problems with Gigi in the past, too, for the past couple weeks ago, when she was kind of joking, fake crying about, what was their name?
Well, you have Chelsea, and then,
ankle,
yeah.
And then she said something about,
Sarah
on
dropping her on her head and paralyzed her.
We should Sarah go, but I think that could have kind of made a lot of fans with Daniel Bryan with basically, I think Daniel Bryan was still pissed that Paige saved Gigi last week. He thought she should have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely very over dramatic, but I thought she was the best one out of the three that were left. But she goes home. Tanner and Sarah survive again, so it's going to sound to Josh, Zizi, and Tanner. And we already have our finalists for the women, so I'm guessing next week, no matter what, it'll be.
Guys gonna go home.
It'll be Tanner, Zizi, and Josh, and.
It's gonna be interesting.
I mean, right now I'm already gonna predict that Tanner gets eliminated.
Which will suck because he's so.
Hopefully he doesn't. I hope that. Or Amanda.
I'm pulling for Josh. I want Josh to win. I mean, yeah, he's probably the WWE's choice to win, but I like Josh. I think he's proven himself, to me, in my opinion, that he wants.
Will next week be like a bottom 2 instead of a bottom 3?
Well, I don't know. They want a man and a woman to win, and it sounds.
Other than that, when you send 2 home, or if it's just one, it would be like, will they send 2 home next week? That'd be an interesting thing.
Maybe they don't limit because there's 3 weeks left, so maybe next week
there's only 10 weeks. This is week 8, so there's only 2 weeks left.
Oh, okay. So next week definitely going to be elimination between Tanner, Josh, and Zizi. I'm thinking, my opinion is going to be Tanner.
Well, the way it's looking right now, I think it ends the week before SummerSlam, so maybe the winners announced at SummerSlam, maybe. Because I think the last one is the Tuesday before SummerSlam, so maybe the finalists go to SummerSlam and they're chosen then. I guess. I don't know.
Maybe, who knows?
Next week's SummerSlam.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll find out then, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who wins. They'll
probably promote it during SummerSlam too, so they might have it there.
Definitely.
In this episode this week, we saw Jericho in the ring with him too, so that was pretty cool. Even after he got him all drunk, or tried to get him drunk the night before.
Right. Yeah, I guess that was kind of to like mess him up.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. I guess Tanner's the one like stayed up all night.
Right. But yeah, it was a good Raw. Good Raw. Good Tough Enough tonight. Better than last week's, that's for sure. So it's Sarah, Amanda, Josh, Tanner, and Zizi that is left.
And it's pretty sad that it's probably, if it comes down to India, it'll go 2. I mean, we're going to have Zizi and Sarah winning the whole thing.
Right. So it's going to be an interesting next 2 weeks on Tough Enough. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. We definitely did an hour tonight. If anybody didn't know, our part 1 video cut off in the middle of our Green Arrow and Stardust little conversation. So if you want, you can go back and watch that one. We talked about more than Raw. We talked about politics in WWE and stuff like that. So definitely go back and watch that if you can. We do appreciate the views that we got on last week. That was the highest views that we've ever gotten as a group. So we do appreciate that. We will be back next Tuesday for another Raw and Tough Enough review. And then we'll be back that following Sunday with our second ever group pay-per-view review as we review SummerSlam. And it might be a kind of a long video because it's a 4-hour long pay-per-view. So won't try to make it too long because it'll be late at night. But it's definitely going to be worth watching if you can. We do appreciate the total of 7 viewers that we had on tonight. About 3 right now watching our part 2 video, and then about 5 or 6 watching our part 1 video before it shut off by my mistake. So I'm not really sure what I did to goof that up. So I do apologize if you were watching part 1. Any of you guys want to say anything before we head out till next week?
I'm looking forward to next Raw. So
okay, so
go ahead.
Like a week ago, we had Dana White go out and call wrestling, say don't waste all my money. He wanted to watch the UFC fight for $9.99, and he basically kind of said wrestling's fake, it's fake shit. It should be $9.99, and that ticked a lot of wrestling fans off and a lot of wrestlers off. And so me personally, I'm not gonna pay my money for another UFC fight. So I don't know how a lot of other people feel about this, but that's my opinion. I'm done with UFC. Maybe I'll watch something on TV or something, but other than order pay-per-view, I'm done. I think Dana White probably just hurt a lot of his fan base, which is pro wrestlers. The biggest draw he ever had was Brock Lesnar. He's a fake wrestler. CM Punk, he signed him off the street. Why? Because he was an ex-fake wrestler? That's why he was popular and he jumped right to the UFC and not have to start at the bottom. So yeah, he really sounds really smart by calling fake wrestlers and bashing the fans on Twitter like he does. It's stupid. That's just my 2 cents.
Okay. I'll let Justin comment too if he wants, but I'm not the biggest UFC fan. You know, I watch it occasionally. I mean, what Dana White said was very stupid, and there's a difference between fake and scripted. And WWE or wrestling as itself is not fake. People get hurt. You know, people die from wrestling. I can't punish the fighters. I mean, I hate that my money will be going to Dana White for sure, but I can't punish like I really want to see this McGregor and Aldo fight. Like I really want to see it. Sure, I can watch it on Periscope, and more than likely I may just do that. But I've been waiting for this fight for almost a year, and I feel like in myself that Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo deserve my money to watch it if I do want to watch it. I hate that my money or my $59.99 or $60 or whatever have you, it's gonna go to Dana White and whatever have you. And what I don't agree with Dana White said. I don't even follow the dude, so I don't think I follow any UFC fighter other than maybe Ronda Rousey, and CM Punk blocked me, so I mean I can't see what he's trying to he's tweeting. So. Yeah, I have no idea what I said to CM Punk that he blocked me. I must have been drunk or something. I don't remember. But Dana White, bad choice of words. He did piss off a lot of wrestlers. I mean, Austin Aries was one of them. I know he kept tweeting about him. And Taz was one. Who's else? Who else?
Bully Ray.
Bully Ray. I mean, there's a lot of guys he pissed off. And yes. His biggest draw was Big Brock Lesnar, a fake wrestler. And this dude begged and paid high money for CM Punk to join the UFC. So,
another fake wrestler.
Dana White, you look like a jackass.
He's always bashing fans on Twitter too. And Vince McMahon doesn't do that.
Right.
I mean, you know, he's always like, well, you're dumb and you're stupid and all that. Like, he's the president of the UFC fight. I think he's a co-owner as well. I mean, he's bashing his fans. And he didn't need to go out there and build hype for a Ronda Rousey fight.
Right. Justin, do you have any comments or anything else you would like to say before we end this video?
Only thing I'll say about that is I follow the fighters. I don't support Dana White, so I'm not gonna stop watching it. I mean, I've watched it since 2007, 2008, I think. So I mean, I'm pretty invested in it. Sure, yeah, he did say some pretty stupid stuff. I agree with y'all on that. But I mean, I'm too invested in some of the fighters not just to quit watching it and not follow them. So, I mean, I won't probably watch every pay-per-view, but I mean, like you said, the McGregor fight, Ronda Rousey fight Cyborg, I'll be watching that one. I want to see the CM Punk's fight. So, I mean, I'm not gonna stop watching. I'll still watch it, but I still think Dana White's a jackass, of course.
Yes.
I follow the fighters, not him. So.
Okay. Anything else?
Other than that, I'm looking forward to next week to see Brock Lesnar and Undertaker again. So I'm looking forward to that on Raw next week. That's
all right. But all right, that's gonna end our video tonight. We'll be back next Tuesday with a WWE Raw and Tough Enough review. Hopefully, our video doesn't cut off in the middle of it like we did this time. I apologize again. And then we'll be back that Sunday evening after SummerSlam to review it all and talk about it and give our thoughts and opinions. But we do appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully everybody watches part 1 and part 2. We hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.